Easter is supposed to be a time of celebration, of joy. Oh, family. But for me, Easter will always be haunted by something else. Because last spring, I saw something. And I've never been the same since. Every year, my extended family gathers at my Uncle John's house for Easter. His place is deep in the Styx massive house, surrounded by forest on all sides. It's peaceful out there, until it isn't. I've visited countless times, but never once ventured into the woods behind his property. Not because I was scared, but because, honestly, nature just isn't my thing. Fishing, hunting, all that outdoorsy stuff. Not for me. I always felt like a bit of an outsider around my relatives. We all seem cut from a different cloth, rugged, grounded, content. The only one I really clicked with was my cousin Kevin. He's a couple of years older than me, and somehow just gets it. Every Easter, we kind of end up sticking together. That Saturday, Kevin convinced me to join him for a nature walk. He said there was something magical about those woods. I was skeptical. I was also bored out of my mind. We told Uncle John we were heading out, and then we crossed the backyard and stepped into the tree line. Kevin led the way, like he'd done this 1,000 times before. We walked for a while, maybe 20 minutes in, when I started feeling uneasy. It wasn't anything specific, just a weird stillness. Spies. That's when we heard it. Thunk. A pause. Thunk. Again. The sound of something heavy slamming into wood. Not a branch falling. Not an animal. It was deliberate, measured, like a hammer driving something into a tree. Kevin looked back at me, trying to brush it off. He said it could just be a hunter. But I could see it in his eyes he was spooked too. We followed the sound. Curiosity always wins in horror stories, right? Well, this was no exception. A few minutes later, Kevin suddenly stopped and raised his arm in front of me. I looked, uphand. That's when I saw them. 3 crosses, upside down, nailed into the trunks of 3 trees. 15, maybe 20 feet off the ground. No ladder in sight. No sign of a joke. Just silent, horrifying intention. Then movement. I turned my head, and standing maybe 20 feet away was a man. Thick beard, plaid flannel, eyes that didn't blink. He stared straight at me and said, "Cold as ice, you shouldn't be here." Kevin stepped between us, apologized, and we backed away, slowly. The man never moved. He just watched. We made it back without incident, or so we thought. That night, I couldn't sleep. I woke up around 5 a.m., just before dawn. Uncle John S. house has a study on the 3rd floor with a massive window overlooking the yard. I went up there to kill time, but something outside caught my eye. At the very edge of the woods, I saw a flickering orange glow. Not bright like a flashlight, but soft, pulsing, like firelight. I leaned closer. There were 3 figures, each holding a torch, just standing there, facing the house, facing. I didn't even think. I ran straight to Uncle John's room and shook him awake. He didn't ask questions. He grabbed his rifle, threw on jeans, and stormed onto the back deck. By the time he got out there, the torchbearers had vanished into the trees. P fired 3 warning shots into the sky. The whole house woke up in chaos. Easter morning, completely ruined. Uncle John had no idea who that man was. He knew all his neighbors and none fit that description. And the crosses, he'd never seen them before. We didn't celebrate much that day. Everyone was tense, paranoid, looking out the windows every 5 minutes. It's been almost a year. Uncle John says he hasn't seen anything strange since. But me, I still think about those men, about the warning, about those torches, and what we interrupted that day. This Easter, I won't be going back. Some places aren't meant to be explored, and some warnings aren't meant to be ignored.